And what's going on, guys? Kale here, coming at you with kind of just a little video on, I guess, kind of the way the arena meta is kind of shaping up. And, I mean, pretty much Kale's arena is pretty much nothing but iWatch, or some of the iWatch kind of like hybrid teams. So I kind of wanted to talk about how I'm going about that, what I've kind of learned as far as like how to counter the team kind of like the most effectively, I guess. So, you know, kind of looking here, and I guess want to show, so my iWatch team currently, let's see, should pop up here. All right, so my iWatch team here is 617, 741, so just shy of 618. They are all level 80, G15. I have been buying Phylavel when I do see her in the Red Star store, so that has certainly helped because I had a pitiful little 2-star Phylavel, so that's certainly helped them up a little bit. Looking for a 5-star is obviously the next course of action, which, speaking of, I have not checked today, so let's see if we do have a 5-star Phylavel. We do not, so we will check at the next store refresh. But anyway, so kind of what I'm doing to kind of counter or deal with these mirror matches, I've kind of flip-flopped a little bit on the strategies. And initially, you know, I was going after Gamora, and then I was like, oh, well, you know what? If I take out Nebula, they can't get that skirmisher striker combo kind of going. And now I've kind of flip-flopped again, where I'm kind of going after Phylavel first and then Moondragon. And once the two of them are dead, because they're the fastest to kill, it normally ends up being either like a 4v3 or a 5v3. And I'm finding that to be, honestly, kind of like the easiest way to go about it. So let's look here. We've got two different punch-ups we can basically try. We've got a 687 and a 661 here. And let's go ahead. We're going to try the weaker punch-up first. And it's just, this is an overall weaker iWatch team. You'll notice the Gamoras are basically identical. And I think that's about it. Everything else on this side is weaker. So the Phylavel and the Moondragon are bigger on this side, and then the Nebula is smaller. Whereas over here, the Moondragon, Phylavel are smaller, and the Nebula is bigger. So let's go ahead. We'll give the smaller one a try, see what happens. Now, I will say my placement is a little bit different for offense versus defense. Offense, I like this setup, and for defense, it was actually the way my team appeared when you click on my page, basically. So for defense, I do like Gamora more so in the middle. She dodges, she counters, so that's going to stop a lot of the times that splash damage going from either Phylavel or Moondragon, since they don't have the res components, and kind of keeping Gamora and Adam kind of the furthest away. And that's kind of how I'm managing that on defense. On offense, it works best, I think, actually, with just kind of the classic layout. Adam in the middle, Gamora and Nebula kind of behind, and Phylavel and Moondragon on opposite sides. So let's go in. Hopefully those teams are still there and they have not moved. Okay. Yeah, this was the one team. This is actually a new team here. And actually, I think this is kind of a nice happy medium, and it's actually a better arena rank, so it's still a punch-up. It's not as big of a punch-up, but let's go ahead and go against this one real quick. Again, I'm going to kind of go in, and like I said, I honestly have been having better results kind of deleting Phylavel first, and then Moondragon, and then the rest of the team kind of just do whoever has taunt. You can kind of just like pick or choose. I'll try to go after Gamora first if there's no taunt on the field. If there is taunt, I'll just go for the taunting character. But let's wait for this to load in, and we will hop into this battle. Alright, so we are loaded on in here. I haven't run into... I know some people initially were like complaining, I guess, about matches timing out, and I haven't run into that at all. I think I've had it happen once, and I was actually doing something else, and I kind of forgot. And of course, now that I've mentioned it, it's probably going to happen on this fight, just because, you know, I say it and then I need to publicly shame myself. But so hopefully that doesn't happen. So you'll notice here I did not go after a Phyla-Vell with Gamora's special, and I didn't use Adam Warlock's special either, just because basically the way these turns work is Phyla-Vell's going to go and she's going to clear all of the debuffs anyway, and very rarely have I run into a situation where I'm basically able to get rid of Phyla-Vell before she does her first turn. So it just doesn't make sense to get a bunch of debuffs on the field that are not going to stick. So I actually saved them for the second round, and I should be able to get rid of Phyla-Vell here in just a moment. Let's see. Alright, yeah. So I should be able to get rid of Phyla-Vell. She does not have a death proof over here. So I should be able to get rid of her with Gamora's ultimate, which will then get her another turn, which is definitely, you know, pretty awesome. Let's see. We are going to go in. We're going to pop the stun now with Adam Warlock and get some stuns on the field. And we, luckily, that did... go over to Gamora as well. We will get the ultimate and the kill, which then not only gives Gamora boosted damage, but it also gives her a secondary turn. I'm now going to switch over my target to Moondragon with the special, and I actually did the special a little bit too early because I thought there were already death proofs on the field. But that's alright. We will get death proofs spread with Phyla-Vell. With this team, when there are death proofs going, you know, that's basically how they heal themselves. So typically, I normally wait to do Gamora's special until after there are some death proofs on the field. But that's okay, not a big deal. Our turn again, so let's go ahead and let's ability block Gamora. And she's even kind of deadly, even with just her basic, but... still not too bad. Let's see. We're about to lose our Moondragon, but that's all right. Adam Warlock has done his invisibility act, which allegedly is due to, I think, Moondragon, is who Scopely says that is actually causing that little glitch, which is fine. We got him to reappear. We've got Moondragon down, and now it's just a pretty easy fight. Basically, we just have to kill Gamora and Adam Warlock and Nebula once, and once you get them down once, the second kill goes normally pretty quick. So Gamora is done. We did just lose our Adam Warlock, which is fine. Not that big of a deal. So we go in, let's see. I can't remember if I've killed their Adam already. I honestly don't remember. But we'll go in and finish off Adam Warlock. Alright, so he did have one of his reses left. And boom, we're going in there. Get Moondragon's ultimate off, get the team healed up. And it looks like we are going to win this one with all 5 of our iWatch characters intact. Get rid of Adam Warlock, and now let's work on Nebula. And she revived her one time. Get the double tap and some more bleeds going, and boom, easy peasy. Still a minute left to go in the fight. Yes, is it the quickest fight in the world? Absolutely not, but I'm not running into issues where I'm like timing out, and so I haven't had that issue at all. So let's go in there, and I'm basically going to pause this, and when you guys see me in the next couple seconds, it'll have been 10 minutes later, and we will go in with another arena attack. And alright, y'all, I am back. It has been 10 minutes, essentially, and we have got another match refreshed on up. And it's just kind of crazy. We are getting very close to payout time, so the ranks are like jumping all over the place. I think when I finished that last fight, I was like rank 24. Just in the course of 10 minutes, I am back down to rank 38. Still well within the lines of getting that 200 core payout, but obviously I have dropped a little bit. looking here, you know, neither of these teams are really big punch-ups, so I'm actually going to refresh. I definitely want to try to get myself back into around the 20th rank or so. So let's go ahead and give this rank 29 fight a shot, see how that goes, and then we can actually hop on over to Mini and also see what little Mini has as far as some options. Like I kind of mentioned on my account update, I was trying to keep Mini, you know, below rank 50 as well, just because it really kind of helps with keeping your cores up. So again, I'm going to go in and go after Phyla-Vell first, and after taking out Phyla-Vell, I will then switch on over to Moondragon and rinse, wash, and repeat. And it's definitely, I would say, fairly easy to win the mirror matches, mainly because the AI does not handle the team as well as a human player, and in general, I think that is just kind of normally the case. About the only character I think that the AI handles correctly is Dr. Doom, and he was like specially designed to have the AI play him correctly. So he's about the only character that does. And I mean, I know it looks like my Adam Warlock is dead, but he's just invisible. You know, part of that bug that is still kind of going on. We will now go on over and focus on Moondragon. So basically now any of the buffs that we can get landed on the field are going to stick through. So let's go ahead and stun Moondragon over here. That will basically stop them from healing just a little bit. With Gamora, we will go ahead and pop off her ultimate and get her definitely getting some of that offense up. We did just lose our own Moondragon, but that's okay. We can certainly kind of work through this, and we are now basically down to a 4v3, which, you know, kind of like I said, a lot of these matches, for me anyway, are coming down to either 4v3s or 5v3s. Just kind of depends on the RNG and who the AI chooses to target first. But even if it comes down to a 3v3, I've normally managed to at least kill one of the reviving characters at least once, so it kind of gives you an advantage in that regards. We're going to go in now, and I know this ult is not, or the special is not going to land because they all have dodge, but I wanted to clear those dodges and get them off the field, and that's certainly the easiest way to do it. We've already killed Gamora once, so I'm not too worried about like getting her knocked out the second time. Let's go ahead. Adam Warlock has taunt over here, which is okay. This team basically now has kind of like no way to remove their buffs. They do still get healed, obviously, from the death proofs, but there currently aren't any on the field, minus the one that Adam just rezzed with. But we will get Adam Warlock down before he is able to basically kind of heal himself up. Gamora is down, and this team is basically done. We are down to a 4v1. Super easy, super quick. You know, little Nebula has res over there, which is fine. But yeah, so let's kind of keep this going. Knock out Nebula real quick, and this one, again, like I said, I'm typically ending these fights in, you know, with a minute to a minute and a half to 2 minutes sometimes, kind of depending on the battle. So we got us back down to rank 29, which is definitely nice. Let me see. I think the next ranking is like 20, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so if we can get down to rank 20, then we get an extra 50 cores. So we will certainly try to do that in the next hour and 12 minutes. I am looking on over at Mini, and Mini is still at rank 49, and there's actually kind of a really good opportunity. So I'm switching over to Mini over here real quick. Mini is obviously not using a full iWatch team because I don't have Adam Warlock, and you know, this team right here is really not much to look at. I'm actually curious. I need to check my defense. Okay, so I was wondering why I was falling so much in defense, and that definitely kind of explains it a little bit. I was still using kind of my older defense, so I'm going to switch that up a little bit. So I'm going to kind of mirror Kale's defense, basically, the way I have that set up. So we want Phyla-Vell and Moondragon kind of hanging out in the background, and then we will have Gamora and Kestrel kind of in the places of Adam Warlock and Gamora, obviously. And this should actually hold my defense a little bit better. I was honestly wondering why I was dropping so much, and that certainly explains it. So let's go on in with our iWatch Kestrel, and let's see. So, I mean, honestly, I could get down to the 40s and really kind of take out this team. Let me see what else we've got. But I want to go after this actual Infinity Watch and just show that in the hands of the player, Kestrel+iWatch can kind of take out the regular Infinity Watch or kWatch or whatever the hell we want to call this team. It certainly needs a little, a fun little nickname. I'm going to call it kWatch for the time being. So if you're using kWatch, your basic, what you want to do is, the goal is you can kick out one of the rezzing characters and basically like nuke them out. And so what I'll do here is I'm going to go after Nebula, and I'll get Nebula pretty low. And so we got her down to the yellow over here. Now, the idea is I'm going to leave her alone until it's Kestrel's turn, which Kestrel actually should be next. So the important thing here now is you go in with Kestrel's ultimate, and Nebula can't res. Had all of her death proofs been cleared. I'm actually not too sure why that didn't happen. I might need to look at my Kestrel on Mini. I don't know, honestly, if I have everything T4'd. I could have sworn I did, but that should have cleared all of her death proofs and basically deleted her, which is fine. We'll just go in and delete her a second time. Not a big deal. Not too sure why that didn't go kind of as planned, but anyway, still not a big deal. Go in and get her death proof down. So now basically on the next turn, we will get rid of Nebula. That certainly kind of reduces the skirmisher striker combo that iWatch is kind of infamous for. And now we'll just go in and kind of just doing that old school strategy, or my new school strategy, but basically going after Moondragon and Phyla-Vell first. And I accidentally targeted Adam Warlock there by mistake. Oops. But this is definitely a weaker iWatch team, so definitely not anywhere near as intimidating as like anything like Kale is facing. But I figured, a lot of the alliance is basically, kind of on par with like when Mini started. So I would imagine you're kind of looking at kind of similar arena teams, and so I just kind of wanted to, I guess, showcase some ways to kind of counter iWatch, how to kind of go after Kestrel in particular. And honestly, the kWatch combo is able to take out those Kestrel+iWatches as well. And I was kind of hoping that there would be one, which there's really not. I mean, the closest thing we've got is kind of this iWatch Surfer Kestrel hybrid. And for the sake of the video, let's go on in and, I mean, it almost seems like a waste to do a core refresh on this one when I know I could easily beat the 31. Here we go. So here is a kWatch. So let's do kWatch versus kWatch. My Kestrel is 109, so a little bit weaker than theirs. And let's see how we do. I honestly, for the most part, have been popping this team on auto and just kind of letting them do their thing. So let's see how we do as the human player. See, basically what we do. So, like I said, what we want to do here is Kestrel, whenever she's on the field, should always be your primary focus. So we've got some evades going, so our team should be able to survive Kestrel's initial attack, but we did just lose those evades because of Gamora, but that is okay. We will go in with Gamora's basic, which is going to delete Kestrel. So we now have a situation where we've got our 4 iWatch and Kestrel. So what we want to do here, now that Nebula does not have a death proof, let's get rid of all of her buffs, and that should... We're just having awful luck with deleting Nebula. That should have deleted Nebula had I planned that a little better. Basically, what would have happened is then Nebula would not have rezzed, and it makes the fight a lot quicker. Still okay, though. We are doing a 5v4. Which is very quickly going to become a 3v4. Nebula is down for the first time. Let's go in and let's see if we can delete Moondragon. Boom, able to delete Moondragon. We've got a Kestrel ping going off. We will now go ahead and pop the special. That'll get rid of Nebula and ping for Gamora, and we are now quickly at a 5v1, and this is pretty much a done deal. Nice, easy fight. Like I said, even though that Kestrel was stronger than mine, it's a really easy team to kind of counter. And yeah, that pops Mini up to rank 29, which is pretty nice. I'm almost tempted to just kind of keep going and get myself below rank 20 for some sweet rewards. And let's see, we've got a payout in about an hour. You know what? Let's go ahead. We'll do one more kind of kWatch mirror match. Let's go ahead. We'll go with this one. So it's still a punch down for me, which is definitely why these fights are proving to be pretty easy. My iWatch, I have kind of invested pretty heavily on Mini, just because of their multifunctional use. And as I have kind of mentioned in some of the account updates for Mini, any type of team that I can get multi-uses out of, and that I see kind of sticking around for the foreseeable future, I have gone kind of hard on, which that just definitely sounded a lot weirder than I intended it to, so I apologize. But I've definitely focused on some of those type of teams with kind of like a laser focus, I guess, which I guess is kind of my play style and, kind of sort of what I'm known for in this game anyway. So we'll go in, we will go ahead and delete Kestrel again, and that time we didn't even make it to the second attack from Gamora. We've got a ping ready with Kestrel over here, so let's go ahead and pop the special. We'll get a ping off. Moondragon is gone, and I'm hoping we can actually plan the Kestrel ultimate a little bit better this time around and play just a tad bit smarter. Let's get the ultimate with Gamora, and Gamora is actually living by the skin of her teeth over there. We got the one ping from Kestrel, and now I would love to go and delete Gamora, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and delete Phyla-Vell. At this point, the fight's already pretty much an easy win, so there's kind of really no point in doing that, making it so they can't res, because, boom, the fight's over. So, pretty anticlimactic, but they're easy wins. Again, these are punch downs for me. So let's see if we can maybe find a punch up. I don't know. At which point, Kale actually might be ready for my final attack. So here's one. This is definitely a much bigger punch up. We're looking at just about 100k punch up right here. but honestly, the rank isn't as much of an increase. I would like to actually get down below 20, because then you get those 250 cores. So let's go ahead and wipe out another iWatch team with our kWatch, and we'll just kind of go from there. I'll probably stop. I don't want to be blowing cores on Mini too much, especially with the Sharon Carter event going on. This is just kind of more showing ways to kind of counter Infinity Watch or the kWatch teams, depending on what you're seeing in your arena shard. So again, with this type of situation, we are going to focus on Phyla-Vell first and work on getting Phyla-Vell down. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just sloppy play on my end or I'm not paying attention to something, but the ultimate thing is not working the way it's supposed to with Kestrel. It's supposed to wipe out all of the positive buffs, and it doesn't seem to be doing that, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so I'm kind of just imploring my normal iWatch strategy in the sense that I am going after Phyla-Vell first. Once Phyla-Vell is down, I will then switch on over to Moondragon, and then from Moondragon I will then focus on basically whoever I feel like it. Really no rhyme or reason with those ones. Get rid of those buffs, and Phyla-Vell is down. So we will now work on Moondragon over here. I'm almost tempted to try the Kestrel thing one more time, but my Kestrel is now dead. So we are now on a 4v4, so a pretty fair fight in terms of actual characters on the field. I do think we still have the advantage, and that was even before I deleted Moondragon. And now I know I definitely have the advantage. So let's go ahead and we will go ahead and get rid of... not Gamora, we'll get rid of Nebula over here, and we definitely want to get rid of Nebula and kind of eliminate those double taps that are kind of going on my opponent's side of the field. And I believe Gamora... Okay, so that's... Gamora, I believe, is already rezzed, and Nebula has just gotten her res, and she is now dead. We just lost our Gamora, which is definitely unfortunate. Let's go ahead and get rid of their Gamora. And... Ooh, I thought I'd already killed her once. So this is definitely a tighter fight than I was originally planning on. We are now on a 2v2. So let's get rid of Adam Warlock. And we are now on a 2v1. I think we should still be able to finish off Gamora over here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get some counters up. Ooh. Well, what do you know, guys? That one was a loss. So stuff like that's going to happen. It is what it is. We had some bad RNG where our Gamora got targeted a little earlier, but we still did pretty well. I think it was this team actually right here. So it was a big punch down. I almost feel like that was like sloppy play on my end. I don't want to go waste another 50 cores, but let's go ahead. We will pop back over to Kale. So looking at Kale over here, we are kind of in a very similar situation. Let's go ahead and try, let's see what we've got. Let's go ahead and I want to just kind of, I guess, go against the kWatch team. So let's look at this team right here. We're looking at 100k punch up. Pretty big Kestrel, big Gamora, big Nebula. I mean, big team just in general. So our focus again here is always getting rid of Kestrel first. One Kestrel is down and out, the rest of the fight becomes pretty easy. You've got the benefit of having the safeguard and the immunity from Adam Warlock, which the other team doesn't have, so you're able to land debuffs a little bit better. So really, as long as we can take out Kestrel pretty early, this should not be too big of a deal for us. And our Gamora is going before Kestrel, which is the important part. And boom, Kestrel should be gone. and this is pretty much a done deal. We'll now go back to kind of the old strategy, and since there's actually no immunity, we can actually ability block Phyla-Vell, and she will not be able to clear any debuffs because she's ability blocked, obviously, which will really slow them down just even a little bit further and make the fight go just a little bit faster. So that's definitely one of the benefits of having Adam Warlock on the team versus kWatch is on that first turn, you can basically clear all of the negative debuffs because your team is going to have immunity. So it definitely gives you like a little bit more survivability. We did just lose our Adam Warlock for the first time, but that's not a big deal. That's going to happen. So we should still be able to finish this with, I believe, all 4 characters, or all 5 characters, rather. We will get rid of Phyla-Vell there. Let's go ahead in and stun Gamora and kind of nuke down some of their damage. And I'm going to say let's just finish off Gamora. She's almost dead. We'll get our first kill on her. And we will now go focus on Moondragon since she is taunting. And we will wipe the floor with Moondragon real quick. She is gone. And now we'll just power down Gamora and this fight will be pretty much over. Let's go ahead, pop in the special just to get rid of Gamora. And Nebula has died for the first time, and now it's just a quick secondary kill. And she is gone. Nice, cool little kill animation from Adam Warlock that didn't go exactly as it was, I believe, intended to, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Kale below the 20 mark. I mean, why not at this point? So let's see, we've got a 19, and I think that's about as low as we're going to be able to go. So let's go after this 19 team. Again, it's a just about 50k punch up. Let's go in, and we're just going to kind of implore the same strategy. I'm going to go for Phyla-Vell, then Moondragon, and then basically pick and choose targets. And this has been proving to be really effective on doing some iWatch counters. For the kWatch counters, like I have said, if you can get rid of Kestrel, it becomes a really easy fight. For the most part. Obviously, that last flight on Mini didn't go quite as planned, but that's okay. I think that honestly might have just been some bad RNG, and it's going to happen. If it wasn't a 50 core refresh, I would do that fight over again, but it's definitely not worth 50 cores just to get an extra 50 cores in rewards, especially considering I think I'd already done 150 core refresh. So that would definitely dip into my core surplus, and I am not looking to do that at this moment. So since Adam Warlock is on the field, I'm not as focused on getting debuffs, so you'll notice I did not use Adam Warlock's special, and basically there's really no point in using the special because it's just going to be getting cleansed by Phyla-Vell anyway. So let's see... Get some buffs off the field on their end. Got Phyla-Vell slowed a little bit. Let's go ahead, pop the ultimate. We got the kill, which is great. Let's go now pop in with the basic. If there were some death proofs on the field or a lot of dodges, I would have gone in with the special. But since there was no evades on the field, it didn't make sense. You saw there I basically almost took out Moondragon over here. And we should take her out on our next turn. We did just lose our Nebula once, which is okay. We'll go in, get some death proofs for our side, and now let's go ahead and focus on Gamora. Go ahead and take her out, get our first kill on her, and then we'll just kind of keep going. Let's see. We've got a taunt going, but we want Gamora down at least once. I'm actually surprised that did not kill her, but that's all right. We will just kill Adam Warlock and then go back to Gamora. We are getting ready to lose our Moondragon, which is okay. Like I said, you typically will end this fight either as a 4v3 or a 5v3, depending on, you know, who the enemy chooses to target. Let's go in now. Let's go and stun Gamora. So we are neutralizing their big old damage dealer. And let's see. I think our Adam Warlock is invisible because he just did his attack. Go ahead, do the basic, and almost wipe out Adam. This should take him out. Adam is gone. Now let's go ahead and get some health up for everyone. And Nebula is down for the first time. Gabora is dead for the second. And I mean, this is a super easy match at this point. We are in a 5v3 or 5v1. And Adam is back. Yay! Yeah, so that is just a typical iWatch counter, as well as some typical kWatch counters. So hopefully y'all are finding this helpful. If you are running into a lot of Kestrels or Kestrel hybrids in your arena, I definitely think iWatch is kind of the way to counter that, and can certainly work with people maybe on an individual basis, depending on what's available in your roster, on kind of how to counter some Kestrel teams. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends and family, whoever you need to. But thank you all so much for watching. Look forward to making additional Marvel Strike Force content. And if there's anything specifically you always want to see, always happy to kind of produce that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you are having a good week, and take it easy.